Hello my friends, welcome to Reddit Rabbit. Before we start, catch the rabbit at the bottom right corner, smash that subscribe button and leave a comment. r/AskReddit. You wake up tomorrow and the simulation resets to the 12th of December 2012. But you, and only you, have all of the knowledge and information that you've acquired since. What's the first thing you do? I would go home and take my dad out for his birthday. I would talk to him as much as possible in this time. My dad died from Alzheimer's in 2016, but in 2012 he was still mostly there. Everyone just talking about getting rich and this man speaking the real it. My dad died in January of this year. Hemorrhagic. Don't know if I'm spelling that right, but you get the idea. Stroke just took him from us so unbelievably quickly. I've missed him every single day for the last 5 months and I don't see any end in sight. I thought I'd be the only one to mention something about spending as much time as possible with a loved one who died. To be honest, it's equal parts comforting and saddening to know that I'm not the only one whose mind immediately jumped to such thoughts. Stay strong, buddy. Call in a fake bomb thread to Sandy Hook Elementary on the 14th of December. Also, change my major to photography instead of just dropping out after taking a semester off. You'll be better off calling the police and telling them a gunman will show up on the 14th. True. Say you heard Adam Lanza was plotting to shoot up Sandy Hook on the morning of the 14th of December 2012. I reckon the police would have serious questions for you if you did, and what the frick are you gonna say back? No officer, I have traveled through time. Every hair of the old payphone trick. Tell the Simpsons producers the events of the next 8 years. I think it's already been done. Wait, was it you? Shh. FBI open up. To which they reply, we know. Get ready for senior year of high school with 8 years of industry experience in 3 white-collar professions. Hey, it's the entry-level job candidate every company is looking for. Oh boy, pays and experience, here I come. Buy loads of shares in Tesla, Amazon, Apple and Bitcoin. Pretty sure AMD was a steal in 2012. AMD was a steal. For past reference, Apple is X4 now compared to end of 2012. Amazon is X10. AMD is X20. Tesla is X27. Bitcoin is X670, though if you want to convert that into a non-cryptocurrency you lose a certain percent. Not sure how much. I think it's definitely less than what you would make though. Depending how you sell it, you lose 10% of the value max. You would have to be selling in an incredibly stupid manner for this to be true. Nothing for the first week and a half or so, then put all my then girlfriends at it by the curb and dump her cheating ass on Christmas Day. Even better, get photos of it and leave them in a manila envelope on her it, with just a smiley face as the title. Fix all the it I fricked up, then get rich off the stock market and Bitcoin before hiding in the woods with my fortune somewhere around Christmas 2019. You're just gonna do Harambe dirty like that? Kid, I don't have much time. I have information that will lead to preventing you from killing this gorilla, Harambe, whose death would spark a massive chain of events through the year 2020. Kid, stay back. It all starts with this freaking gorilla. You're forgetting the bat. Cause and effect. There wouldn't have been an issue with that bat if that damn gorilla hadn't been shot. I'm not going to say a word to anyone. Not that I wouldn't want to, but some of the stuff that's happened in the last especially 3-5 years or so are so far-fetched and so bizarre that no one would believe me. They'd think I was absolutely off my rocker and I might be sent far, far away. No one could have ever, even in their wildest imagination, have ever thought of what's going on back then, and anyone who tried to say something like that would be a kook. No one who answered the "so where do you picture yourself in 5 years" job interview question in 2015 got it right. No one. Well, I did. Apparently being at home alone, not leaving, only ordering food and watching tons of anime was the wrong answer to them, but the right to reality. Some for me, except it's a ton of pornography viewing. That got me my job at SpaceXXX. Ronald Reagan, the actor, H.A. Then who's vice president? Jerry Lewis? Start a frickin' YouTube career and invest in Bitcoin. I remember the numbers for the few weeks of the $1 billion Powerball from 2015 to 2016. I wait out 3 years, then choose the winning numbers for the week prior to the actual win. My state has an anonymous winnings rule where my identity would not be disclosed. I take care of my family, then cut off contact with them and live out a happy life. Win the $1 billion Powerball. Take lump sum, probably circa 700 million after tax. Buy circa 1.4 million Bitcoin at circa $500 Bitcoin with your winnings. Sell Bitcoin at $20,000 in 2018 for 40x earnings, netting you circa 28 billion. Invest in put options in the 20th of January 20 and near every stock listed on the Nasdaq for expiry in April. Realistically, you'd probably only be able to invest circa 1 billion, but the option earnings alone would net you 40-50x returns for that bear market, giving you another 50 billion. Of course, if you could somehow bring stock charts with you, that would by far be the fastest way to exponentially multiply your value each and every day, but I imagine the SEC wouldn't let you fly high for long. You'd have make big bets, and not often, with the highest rates of return, to avoid the SEC getting on your ass. I don't understand anything after Powerball, but I'm trying to commit this to memory in case I ever wake up in 2012. Since it's 1912, write a paper on social distancing, hygiene, and PPE to get it published in notable medical journals before the influenza outbreak really kicks in. Go to Linz, Austria and encourage a young lad before he moves to Germany to work on his art more. 1912 is early enough to prevent World War I. No World War I, no Versailles Treaty, no resentment, no League of Nations bullet, no World War II, no communism. Hundreds of millions of lives are saved. Plot twist. A time traveler trying prevent World War I is what led to it in the first place. Go back to sleep. I thought the same thing. I feel bad. All these other people thinking nice things, saving lives, preventing disasters, and all I've got is, a nap sounds good. Try to stop Sandy Hook. Damn, this was 2 days before it happened. Sandy Hook honestly feels so long ago. Like I was on vacation when that happened and I remember seeing my mum crying. Yeah, I just started middle school, 6th grade, when it happened. I can vividly recall the amount coverage it got. Scary stuff. Same. I was in school. So many people got picked up early, but they didn't tell us anything. Why stop there? Become a school shooting vigilante. Travel the country stopping as many as you can, leaving a package of evidence for the cops of what had been prevented. This is good for Bitcoin. What if this is why Bitcoin's price spiked so much? A bunch of people with time traveling memories know that it goes big at that date. Oh, one of those paradoxes. Time travelers go back in time to buy Bitcoin, which makes it valuable, so years later they go back in time to buy the Bitcoin that makes it valuable, so years later they go back in time. Use foreknowledge to become fabulously wealthy, then buy Facebook and delete it. Facebook was already $1 billion company. I doubt even with all the money you could get with foreknowledge you'd make enough to buy it from the old Zuck. Use money to buy Tumblr, then sell it to Yahoo for even more money, and then buy Facebook off of Zuck. Brilliant. What could go wrong? I like the cut of your jib. I would recreate that entire Billie Eilish album and claim it as my own. The song lyrics will make no sense, because it's a 30-year-old dude singing them and the world will plunge into anarchy out of sheer confusion. Interviewer. So you wrote these lyrics yourself? You? Yep, all me. Interviewer. When did you first become aware of your affinity for seducing people's dads? So you just pull a Randy Marsh. I can respect that. Yeah, I am Lord. Why stop there? Go for all the albums. Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Rihanna. Go for all of them. All you'd need to do is record them on the quiet a few years before they were written. Maybe send them to a few local blogs, and then wait for their release and sue. I think I call that friend before I met her and scare the it out of her with all the knowledge that I have about her. Thanks for the award, fellow Redditor. How about drop little hints about your friends' futures? but not like enough to make it obvious. Just enough to make everybody around you wonder what the hell you're up to every time you predict something that turns out to be correct. Would be super cool if that scratcher you just got won $500, watch them win $500 and then think you're the absolute man for predicting it. Rinse and repeat for years. Rinse and repeat for years. Until you've caught up to the present. Presumably then you loop again. Oh god. Groundhog Decade.